Hi, everybody. I'm Nicole,
And my name's Brittany.
and this is episode number 7, right, Brett?
Yeah, I think we're
I
up to
think so.
seven.
That came so quickly. But this one's going to be about finding your fitness. So, just talking about our own fitness journey, what we like to do for fitness, and even as instructors, and just kind of how to navigate your own journey. So, I guess, Brittany, what's your favorite workout to do?
Yeah, so I mean, I feel like when I started my fitness journey, I really was passionate about yoga. I started as a yoga teacher and then kind of have led into like the sculpt type of world. And it really led me to a bunch of different styles. But growing up a competitive gymnast, fitness was always like a main priority in my life. I always took fitness super seriously. And then when I quit gymnastics, I ran cross country, I did dance, like I never could sit still. So that really like led me to where I am now, still not sitting still. I'm still
We love that.
running around the city, teaching a million different modalities and a million different types of classes from like bar to sculpt to yoga. And that's kind of where my realm is. But I would say now I like taking a hit style class because it's something that I don't teach and it's kind of a little bit slower. You could take it at your own pace. And my fitness is different than what it was before I had a full-time job. And then I was taking as my way to release. And now when you are a teacher, you have a little bit less time to really focus on your own workout. So doing something that I fully can just turn my brain off and just move. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. And who knows, it might change. But what's your favorite? Like, what would you call your favorite style?
I mean, I definitely think you and I are very similar. We love the same workouts. Um, but again, growing up as a gymnast in sports and just being super active, I just personally like to move my body. But it wasn't until college gymnastics that I fell really in love with weightlifting. And I was never a weightlifter. Like that was not my thing. But I learned so much and I saw how it can transform your body in the best way and what it does for you in and out of your body.
Mhm.
And so I definitely think I love lifting weights, but I teach Pilates and I love the Megaformer. It is a true addiction. I try and do it like every other day just because it's so good. And I never thought I would have been a Pilates girl, but totally am. It's a 10 out of 10. And I also really love CrossFit, which is something that shocked me that I love so much. I think that I love the competitiveness of it and it's team things too. Like when you work in pairs, you work as a team. But I also think this is part of one of our takeaways. You should always be trying something that might scare you a little bit and just trial and error because I would have never ever tried CrossFit and given it a chance because it did scare me a little bit. I thought that they lifted like way too heavy, did crazy things. I thought I was going to hurt myself, which of course you can. You have to be smart when you're doing it. And I love it. I honestly wish that I joined a CrossFit gym. It is just really expensive. And so when you're an instructor and teaching all the time and you're getting all of these perks of other classes and studios, it's hard to pay for another studio, don't you think, Brittany? I
Oh,
like struggle with that.
it really like it kills me inside to pay for fitness because I just have so
Yeah.
much accessible to me. And but what I think is a really important thing that we should really like tap back into is doing that thing that scares you. And not just CrossFit is intimidating, like CrossFit's intimidating to us, and we are like athletic. Like for people who are
Oh my
just like
gosh, yes.
starting their fitness journey, like the classes can be intimidating. A yoga class can be intimidating. And
Totally.
I think incorporating like the online COVID really opened up a full door to a million different opportunities and a lot of different things that made working out at home completely accessible. And I think a lot of people started to do that at home. And then it was like they were more inclined to try it in a studio because then they were like, I know the
Yeah.
basics. And I feel nobody wants to be bad at anything. So it's like you want to like just amp up your like confidence before you go into a class. So
Well, it's really hard to walk into a studio, especially when if you're a person that has never taken a class before or who's never picked up a dumbbell. And I I definitely like that's a hard thing to do. So, downloading an app and maybe starting from scratch and working out at home and kind of taking it slow and just easing into it, I feel like is the best way to do it because there's so many good apps out there. Like I'm addicted to Melody Moves. I love her app. I think it's great. And when I'm teaching all day and programming and telling other people how to work out and what to do, the last thing that I want to do is program a workout for myself at the gym. So her app is amazing in the sense that it tells you exactly what to do, how to do it in case I don't know what the move is. And
Mhm.
it's mainly weightlifting. So of course you have to like weightlifting, but there's some other, I think there might be some other programs in there. I'll have to check. But I really love her app and I think it's great. Just throwing that out there. But
Yeah, I
do you have
did.
any apps for it?
Well, I love the NeoU app. I was on the NeoU app and I taught yoga classes, and that's a great place to take actual classes. So it's more of like a group setting feeling, rather than yours is more kind of like personal training. So like this is like kind of like that group fitness mentality, but you're doing it at home. And sometimes that can be challenging because there's things to do. I personally am the worst. I'm like, my kitchen's not clean. Like, I need to do
Oh
the
yeah.
laundry. It's like endless, but like 20 minutes, you just shut the door and you're like, this is all I need. And I taught like different, like 5 minute, like just stretch classes. And it really is helpful. And I would always take like other people's rather than my own because I'm like, I know what I do. Like, I want to get new ideas and new
Yeah,
insights. And I think this is kind of like our other takeaway is like trying different things and seeing what sticks because the most important thing is what you're saying is like that consistency, and you can't find consistency if you don't love and you're not passionate about what you're doing because the last thing you want to do is wake up and do something you don't like.
of course. I definitely think it's just finding a schedule for yourself and continuing that pattern. And it's also it is really good for people that love classes like us. It is good to filter in a few different things in there because it keeps you wanting more sort of thing and you're not just doing the
Mhm.
same thing every day. But
Mhm.
again, you shouldn't be taking, at least it's my own opinion, a different type of class every single day of the week, week after week, if that makes sense. Like, I definitely think finding some type of consistency is good
Absolutely.
for sure. Like,
Absolutely.
find the three things that you really love and then maybe stick to those and kind of alternate them. But
Definitely.
you don't want to overwork certain muscles day after day after day. Like, doing total body every day is not always the best thing.
And sometimes when you're taking different classes, like sometimes like I'm the worst. I do this all the time because like I'll take my class and then I'll take someone else's classes and then they do the exact same thing I just did.
Yeah,
And I'm like, this is not helping. This is overdoing it. So it is
of
important to
course.
find those people that you like and then they can kind of help regiment you in that schedule. But I get this question all the time, and I'm sure you get it all the time is like, I don't want to weight lift because I don't want to get bulky situation. And I'm like, no, no,
It's
no.
not the case, people. Weightlifting is so good for you. And if you're nervous about lifting heavy, like just lift lighter and just up your reps. Lifting weights is so, I mean, Brittany, go ahead. You could take this one away with all the benefits of lifting weights
No, it's
because
just like your bone density. It will help like prevent osteoporosis. Like there's so many things that will help make you a stronger person. It's like the amount of things that we lift on a daily basis. Like I'm pregnant, I'm 20 pounds heavier. Like
you
lifting
need it.
weight, you need to find that strength and you need to be able to do that. And the people who are like those physique models, trust me, you're not going to get there just doing one or two lifts a week. I'm like, those people work day in, day out. Like they're
Oh,
eating
yeah.
properly. There's a million other benefits and a million other things that they're working on. So trust me, you're not going to get that just from doing it once or twice a week.
Yeah, and again, that's something that you explore. Try it for a month and see the difference that it makes for you. And if you don't like it, then you stop. But promise you, it's not bad for you. It's not going to make you bulky. It is like the best thing that you could do for your body. And I also wanted to throw this out there too. Because I meant to say this before, I really do love how berries separate their day of the week for their muscle focused, like their muscle
Mhm.
group focused. I think that's really important because like a Monday is upper body, a Tuesday is lower body, because then you're not overworking. Like that is like the purpose and the goal of this conversation too, is just being gentle to your body and making sure that you're paying attention to what you're doing, what you're working, and that's it. I'm just going on a rant over here.
Yeah,
It's
well,
it's early in the
that's
morning.
how they
I'm
get
I'm
you.
tired still.
Yeah. Well, we could potentially talk about this all day long because and we could just go around in circles because we
Oh
just
my
love
gosh.
fitness.
I
There's
think I
just
just went
so
in a circle.
there's just so much out there and so much available. And of course, we could talk about it some more. So if you have more questions or more information that you want to find out or more on our take on it, then we'll be happy to share. But I think that's kind of it. We're good to wrap
That's it.
up.
Thank you
Yeah.
guys for joining, and we'll see you for what we think is episode 8. And have such a good day, everybody.
We'll talk soon. Bye.
Bye.